Antarctica voelt als een andere planeet. Geen wegen, geen gebouwen, geen grenzen of politici. Maar ver van annexaties en volksprotest ten noorden van hier is Antarctica niettemin een bedreigd continent, volgens deze Zweedse onderzoeker.
Antarctica is also melting now, and that's very worrisome. We are in East Antarctica, and most research so far has been done in West Antarctica, where we know that the glaciers are melting. It's this part, the peninsula, and this western part.
Yeah. And why is this melting so fast?
Well, it's exposed to the ocean, so warming ocean, warmer ocean water, and also warmer atmosphere. But the ocean is very important here because the higher ocean temperature can come in under these shelves and warm them. So we talk about shelf ice, which is actually keeping the big glaciers on land from moving into the sea and melting, and those ice shelves are breaking up, allowing the glaciers to increase their speed and increase their melt.
Let's say all the ice on Western Antarctica, which is lower than Eastern Antarctica, would melt. How much more water would the oceans get?
6 meters higher global sea level.
Right, and where 6 meters, and where would that water go?
Well, the interesting thing that the ice melt on Antarctica will actually impact the northern hemisphere. For instance, Europe.
Right, where we at?
Yes, because that's the gravity of the Earth, basically.
Okay.
So 6 meters is a lot.
Yeah. So then let's say all of the ice on Eastern Antarctica would melt. How much sea level rise would we be facing then?
60 meters.
60 meters?
Yeah, I mean, it's a high continent even without the ice, but it's several kilometers of ice on a continent which is larger than 1.5 United States.
Yeah. So that makes whatever happens here very relevant for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's enormous amount of fresh water.
Yeah.
And if that enters the ocean, I mean, many places on Earth, we can't live there anymore. The funding for polar science is not increasing, it's decreasing. I feel like for most of my science career, have been really naive, thinking that if we just have good data, they will believe us. But then I grew up as a scientist realizing that that's not the case. You have to, it's like you're building a court case with science data.
As we are sitting here, the whole world is talking mostly about the northern hemisphere, Greenland. Donald Trump, who wants to annex Greenland because he thinks because of the melting ice, he will have access to resources there. What would be the effect of that?
It's so frustrating because at the same time he is cutting down the funding for research, and so it doesn't make sense to me at all. Climate is warming, you have huge impact, and then you want to use the fact that ice is melting to get more resources extracted. And actually, I don't dare to read the news anymore.
Yeah?
Well, I'm here, I'm trying not to because I get so upset.
Well, that's interesting because as we've been here, Antarctica also feels kind of excluded and exclusive from the rest of the world, the other 6 continents. There are no borders here, there are no nations here. Antarctica is ruled by a treaty, and that treaty stipulates that Antarctica is for peace and for science. And are you afraid that that may change as well? That
Yes.
this exclusive place...
I mean, if you look at the map of Antarctica and the research, I mean, it's not purely research reasons. All these nations have stations there, obviously.
Yeah.
So if resources become available here, I don't think that it will be a continent of peace and science only.
Right. And are you aware of any oils or rare earths under the ice where we're sitting now?
No, but I mean, the bedrock is rich here, just like the neighboring continent, Southern Africa, Australia. Of course, there is rich resources here, but seeing exactly what you mentioned, what's happening on Greenland, why wouldn't it happen here?
Well, that's the question, of course. Will this place remain a place of science and cooperation?
I really hope so, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, it scares me.